Hi everyone, it's Leilani. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to work on a few cards. So I've grabbed a lot of fun Nelly and Clem products to work with. So the majority of everything that we're going to be using is from the Nelly and Clem On My Desk kit, but I also grabbed out just some die cuts that I already had from previous collections that I just already had cut out. So we're going to be using kind of a variety pack here, but I will link what I use below. And if you don't see something that I linked, it's probably available on the Nelly and Clem website. I just kind of am not sure where every single piece, which collection they all came from. So yes, to start off with for these cards, they're going to be really simple but very cute. So I just grabbed some cardstock that I just already have that I typically print off my printables on. So this is like 8.5 by 11, just standard cardstock. I don't have a special brand or anything that I buy. I just grab whatever is available at Target whenever I go. So I just folded it in half, and then you'll notice that I was using an envelope there. So I was just kind of making sure before I started that the cards would fit inside of those colorful envelopes. So I bought a pack of about probably like 50 envelopes or 25 envelopes, I'm not really sure, off of Amazon in just a variety of colors. I think they're just kind of like a standard size, like 5 by 7-ish or something like that, but I will link those below as well. But I wanted to make sure that my cards would fit inside those envelopes because those are what I will be using when I mail these cards out. So yes, I'm very excited to be making a few cards because I love Happy Mail, but also me and my mom love to write letters and cards to my grandma, and she always writes to us, and it's a fun little thing that we do. And I find that it is really difficult to find thinking of you or just standard happy cards to send out that aren't super themed to like especially birthday or other important events. And pretty much every type of thinking of you or just blank card that they have available at Target, me and my mom have already sent it maybe twice. So I love to be able to make my own cards. So in this video, I think I make about 8 or 9 cards. So I will be giving half of them to my mom so that she'll have some to play around with as well. And yeah, I just love making just kind of regular everyday cards. So I don't think I've made a video making cards on YouTube before, but it is something that I like to do from time to time, especially if I just want to like put a fun video on or listen to an audiobook or something and just have a play where I don't really have to super think about what I'm doing, like creating a full large scale layout or printing off a bunch of photos and all of that. Sometimes it's nice to just play around with the product and just have fun with that. So I really enjoyed just kind of having a nice Saturday by myself in the craft room. I say by myself, but of course, Penny and Poppy were here just hanging out, sleeping the whole time. But yeah, just a nice chill day and made a few cards. And I really like the way that they turned out. So for this first one, I used this notebook paper background. So this came from the On My Desk collection. All of the pattern paper came from that kit except for the diagonal stripe. That came from the Whatcha Watchin' collection. And then I think the majority of these die cuts here came from the On My Desk as well. So I really love the way that this one turned out. I absolutely love that cute little puppy, and I used that same, not the same exact die cut, but that same puppy icon. I use him a lot throughout these cards because I just thought that he was super adorable. So here I'm using that diagonal stripe. I'm just roughly kind of measuring the paper to go on the front of the card here, and I'm going to cut that out, and then we're going to start on card number 2. So another thing that I grabbed recently, I actually grabbed them for the junk journal that I'm working on over on Patreon this month, but I really wanted to get some colorful doilies. They're so much fun to play around with, and I especially enjoy them in my junk journal. So I went on on Amazon. I literally just typed in colorful doilies and bought what came up. So I will link what I bought below, but super easy to just look on there and find some for yourself. So I bought 2 different sizes, these larger ones and then the smaller ones. And I thought that those would be a fun thing to add in to my cards as well, because I thought that the colors really matched a lot of the colors in the Nelly and Clem kits. So I had a lot of fun with that. I think it brought in a fun little texture piece to the cards and just made them like a little more special, I think. So this one I really ended up liking. It's really simple, but that's what I like about these cards, that they came together really easily. So I know that some people make absolutely beautiful cards. They're like works of art, and I think that that is amazing. But my style of scrapbooking, of course, is much more simple. We get straight to the point over here. So I really like that these came together just like really easily, and now they're ready to be used. So this one, I literally just put a piece of pattern paper on the front, added one of the large doilies. Then I used 3 little coffee mugs from the die cuts, which I'm in love with, by the way. 1 tiny word phrase sticker that says where the fun happens, and then just put on a few of the gold stars, and that was it. So how simple is that? It came together super, super quick. I also love to batch make these cards. I've done it a few times, and I've actually done it with Nelly and Clem in the springtime with the spring kit, which is one of my favorite Nelly and Clem kits ever. I made a large amount of cards and used them all spring to send to my grandmother. So I love to just batch make the cards, and then I have a nice little stash for the next like month or so. So once again, this puppy dog has already popped back in. Of course, I can't help but use him. He's just so adorable. So this time it is on a 3x4 card. So you'll see that I used a couple scraps from the 2 previous background pieces to kind of make a new background. And then I covered up Craft Buddy. I do make a couple kind of craft themed cards, but this one I thought I would cover it up, and I used the Yes, Totally Yes tiny word. And then I'm just adding in some like little labels and different icons like that over here to the side and kind of fill it up. I also did grab out some just random enamel dots. I think they're from Simple Stories, and I just have a few left over, and I just used the ones that I thought kind of worked, and I don't use them on all the cards, but if I could fit them in there, I just went ahead and used them. Why not, So here I try to use this larger star, and I didn't like it because I didn't think that it really matched. And I end up using this green one. It doesn't super match actually now that I'm looking, but I think that it's fine. And I eventually grab out my punch, and I do punch a few to match the collection. And then this is the second time that I have glued stuff down and then realized that I didn't use a doily. And I was trying to use a doily at least somewhere on all of the cards. So I just kind of picked up the top part of that 3x4 card and tucked a little piece of a doily behind there. And then I'm trying to cover up the corner here. And I feel like it turns out totally fine. And I really end up liking this card with the little layers and stuff quite a bit. So I just really like the way that they turned out. I can't wait to show them to my mom, because she was mentioning that we needed more cards this past weekend. And when we were at Target, we were looking around, but all of the ones, there's this one brand at Target that we absolutely just love. It's an American Greetings card, but the artist, I believe, is Kate Smith Co. And they are some of the cutest cards that I've like ever seen. And Target, I don't know if they're Target exclusive or what, but they're just adorable. So cute. I wish I could show you guys, but definitely check them out at Target because they are amazing. But we've bought out every one of those cards that you could think of, and we've sent them all to my grandmother. So I really, I know she'll be happy that I made some new fun cards to send. So for a couple of them, or for a lot of them actually, I think I only don't add the Heidi Swap. What is it called? It's the Color Shine. Yes, I don't know why I just had a brain fart, but yes, the Heidi Swap Color Shine. I do add that to almost all of the cards except for the two with the large doilies. I don't think that I add it to those, but I do add it to the rest. And I just have a lot of this particular color left. It is the Tinsel Color Shine. So it kind of looks black, but it's also more of like a metallic gray actually. So I really liked kind of adding that on as well. This is another one of my favorite ones, and I think I must really like the large doily because I really like the way both of those turned out. But I love this die cut that says no worky till coffee. So I thought that was funny. That's actually one of the random die cuts I already had cut out, and you'll start to see some of those in the top of the screen, like the cat and the roller skate, and a lot of those are just from totally random Nelly and Clem kits. So I was happy to be able to use those as well because I already had them all cut out. So then I added the woo to the coffee because I thought that was appropriate for getting your caffeine. And then I'm going to add in a few little stars here. So as you see, I just punched those out of one of the 3x4 cards from Nelly and Clem. So if it looked like a card I probably was not going to use today, I just went ahead and used it as more like background paper and punched out some stars. Then I'm adding on a few of the gold ones as well as a little pop. And I think that's pretty much all I do here. I do grab this white pen and kind of outline them. It's really faint. You can't really see it very good at all, but in real life, it kind of gives it a little something extra when you're looking at the card. So I like the way that that one turned out as well. And then we just keep trucking along. So they were really easy to make, and I just kept making them. Like somewhere in here, as I was going, I originally only made enough or like folded enough pieces of paper to make 6 cards. So I thought that that's what I would work on. But then I end up going ahead and folding a few more. And I think I make like 9 total. I wasn't like keeping track. I probably should have made 10, but that's fine. And I really just kept going until I was kind of hot from my studio lights. And I thought, I'm going to call it a day. But so this is a little bit of a longer video today because of that. I was just really enjoying myself. So I've got to say, I love this one as well. I love using that dog again, but then also I have this cat from a different collection. So I thought it was really cute to kind of add the dog and the cat together. And I love the small pink doily. That's definitely my favorite one. I also was looking on Amazon again after I purchased these, and they have like some more neon kind of colorful doilies, and I'm like, oh, I definitely need those in my life. So I think I will be purchasing more. A doily is just something I don't use that often in scrapbooking, but a lot of crafters that I like do use them. So, and of course I have in the past, but it's just not a go-to thing for me. But I really think that the color doilies, that makes me want to use them a lot more. If they're colored, now that is a totally different story. So I think that's going to be something that I start maybe adding into some layouts and stuff just to try it out because I really like the way that they look. And I do love doilies in real life. I love like going to the antique store and getting different doilies and using them as like drink, what do you call it? Like a coaster. There we go. It's one of those days apparently, y'all. I cannot think of words, so forgive me. So then we're going to go with this next one, which is going to be kind of a crafty themed card here. So I used the adorable like pen and paintbrush and pencil paper there that I absolutely love. And then I use one of my favorite icons, the Let's Make a Mess cup. I'm a sucker for like craft supplies themed craft supplies. So I love it whenever there will be a scrapbooking kit about scrapbooking or maybe stickers of stickers. I just think that's really fun. So this particular On My Desk kit I think is just a really fun kit to play around with because it's a great way, of course, to tell our scrappy stories. And I know for most of us crafters, scrapbooking and memory keeping and all of that is a huge part of our lives. So I love being able to tell those stories within my my projects. And so I thought this would be a cute card. So I'll definitely just write to my grandma in this card without it having to be crafty related. But I just thought that it was really cute. I love the way that it looks, and adding the color shine here at the end, I think that that really brings that crafty element home and just looks really, really cute. And I did add that circular icon in the bottom, and it says like desk time is the best time. And I just thought that that was just a cute little addition there. So then this one, I was super happy with the die cut that I was able to use. You'll see it in a minute. And it's a pretty big die cut, and it's one that I just thought was adorable when I saw it on the sheet. But it's definitely not something that I would really probably use in like a scrapbooking layout. So I was really excited to be able to use it for this card. So it is this adorable die cut of this girl at her crafty desk, and it's just adorable. It's just pretty big and not something that I would like typically just grab to use. It's not super easy to use, but it is perfect for a card, I've got to say, and I love it with that doily behind it. So you'll see that I did kind of mess up one of the legs there, or maybe two of the legs on the left side, so I end up just covering that up with a couple things and you can't even tell, but I just got it like a little bit wet, and since I printed this stuff off myself, it just kind of damaged it just a tiny bit. So before we end this video, how are you guys doing? I hope that y'all are having a wonderful weekend. I hope that you liked my last video, which was a vlog video, or I guess that was my second video last week, was a vlog video, but I really enjoyed making that video and popping it out for you guys. I think it's fun to kind of show my face over here and do more like interactive videos like that. So I hope that y'all enjoyed that. And I thought that this kind of card making one would be something a little bit different, and just to try to show that you can use your same products and you can make something super quick and easy, like fun little cards. And I'm a huge believer in snail mail and the postal service and all that kind of good stuff. I just ordered some more stamps the other day. I got probably like 4 packs, and I love keeping that dream alive of pen pals and writing to people and sending mail, and it's so fun. So creating cards is a great way to keep that going. So we only have a couple left, but I saw this die cut from a previous collection, and I thought that I really wanted to use it. It's a super cute, pretty large gumball machine. So I thought, oh, that's perfect for a card. Some of these icons, I'm definitely going to remember that. And I put all of these in a nice safe space because I would love to make some more cards using the rest of this stuff here that I've printed off and cut out, because some of these icons are so perfect for just kind of an everyday happy card. So I use this gumball machine, I use some striped paper, and then one of the larger doilies again, and then I'm just using a few little stars and a couple enamel dots and things, and then I use that cute tiny word that says the good stuff, which I thought was really nice, and then I'll add a little bit more of that Heidi shine on here, and we will be good to go. So just super adorable, and they just make me happy. I love having a little 3D like special card, and I love buying cards too, if I'm honest. I love looking at cards like at Target, and I am a fan of purchasing store-bought cards. I love them, but I also like having the homemade cards from time to time, and also cards in stores are just so expensive. I love to buy them though. They're so beautiful, but they really are a lot of money, and not everyone keeps their cards, so I know that that's kind of difficult, because you're like, oh God, I'm going to spend $6 on this card and it's probably going to get thrown away. But I feel like if you make a homemade card, people are probably more likely to hang on to it as well. So I know I love to hang on to all of my Happy Mail that I receive, and I made like a Happy Mail binder that I actually did a live with over on Patreon a couple months back, working on it, and it's been really fun. I've done like fused page protectors and fit in all kinds of Happy Mail that I've received in the scrappy community and everything, and it's just a really fun place to keep all of those special things, because people have sent me so many sweet words and beautiful cards and postcards and all kinds of things that they really worked hard on, and I really want to keep them. So I love kind of keeping all of these little works of art, if you will. So this one I thought was cute too, keeping with that dog and cat theme. We have the cat on the comfy chair and kind of the dog behind the cat. And then I found this mailbox that said stay home. So I thought that that worked perfectly as well. And then this one is going to be the last card that we work on. So I'm just so pleased with all of these. And I would love to do a video like this again, maybe in a couple months or a few months, just come back and use a totally different collection, maybe use some scraps and kind of do a use it up kind of thing and create cards. It's really fun and I really use them. So I would love to make them and send some Happy Mail out. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. Here I'm just going to kind of show you a quick up close of all of them that I ended up making. But yes, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like and please also consider subscribing if you haven't. I hope y'all have an absolutely wonderful rest of your weekend. And of course, I will be back soon with another video in a couple of days. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.